Yay! Big hood in the building. What up? How about the boys? The Dallas Cowboys.
I need some more bop from you, Nate.
Nate's hungover.
Hardcore.
Crack him if you got him. Crack him if you got him. Drink them if you have them. We're talking about the Dallas Cowboys. We back.
We back.
And you know what? Feeling a lot better than the last time I was on film here. I feel a lot better.
Was that after Thursday night's game?
After Thursday's night game, yeah. But before we get into that, let's pimp ourselves out. If you're trying to find us on Instagram, it is at CowboysCanFan, the fastest growing Dallas Cowboys Instagram page out there. We got fucking fire memes, fire videos, tidbit of information. We got a little bit of everything. Do not show me him right now.
Okay, we'll come back to that.
Do not show. I'm not over that yet.
Are you crazy? Are you trying to make him as red as the Canadian flag?
No, not at all. I am just here to help show off the pins and stripes.
So
okay?
what are we doing if we're trying to get our audio listeners over to visual watchers?
The visual companion is available to you on YouTube. Just search Cowboys Can Fan Podcast. We are 19 subscribers away from being able to actually
from a mile from the century mark, and we are Klein. We are spitting. We are Dallas Cowboy on our way to a hundo.
I think we have over 300 videos or something on here. So look. People are liking them. People are hating them. It doesn't matter as long as they're paying attention to you. That's
Why would you say people are hating them, though?
We get a little shit talk. But I don't know who pulled the strings and who had the contact, but who got Bo Jackson on the podcast? Who did it? Who brought Bo Jackson over here?
That was actually... he reached out. He reached out to us online.
Nate D-O-double-G, how's it going? I love the fucking jersey.
Bo's a big Dallas Cowboys fan.
Man, I wish Bo would have been a Dallas Cowboy.
Bo knows Cowboys.
Bo knows
Cowboys.
Nate Dogg, always great to have you. It's episode 40, and any returning listeners know we always bring you on a century a decade episode. Sorry.
Appreciate it. Excited about where you guys are at, and also Sunday.
Hey, no crack 'em for if you got them for you though. I noticed you're drinking a water.
Yeah, I'm a hurting unit today.
Okay, what was your count last night? What were you drinking? What were you drinking?
One, he was with Age.
Yeah, I was with brother Age, and he last time I talked to him, he hasn't gotten out of bed yet. So
Zing.
Classic.
We were drinking doubles, and then we moved into
quadruples,
and then. Actually, we went into beer for some reason. I think that's why I'm hurting, and I'm at the age now where you got to start eating what you drink too.
Yeah,
so.
No, for sure. So what did you just bring up there, AJ? You started popping off a video there. What do we got? We may as well just jump right on into it. What do we have? What's on the ticket?
Look, I'm sorry. I was trying to. I don't know if we actually want to watch this video. We share our videos in our IG, but we put together a bunch of clips from the game. We're going to do a Thursday night review. Week 1 loss to the returning Super Bowl champions, Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Okay, before we start tossing into these clips, I just want to ask, now that the dust has settled, I mean, if you rewatch our live reaction video, go check out our YouTube channel, checked out the live post-game reaction video that we did. Ant, you not only did you sound kind of angry wasted or tired angry wasted.
I only had like 4 or 5 drinks.
What do you feel? How do you feel? Just give me your summary. How you feel about them Cowboys? I want to say, how about them Cowboys after that game?
Well, I've watched a few videos. Obviously, I didn't rewatch too many of the highlights. I did watch the highlights of the game one last time, but the thing that drives me crazy right now is that everyone in a lot of people in Cowboy Nation, Skip Bayless being probably the most outspoken Cowboy talking head, is calling it a moral victory, which I think is bullshit. There is no fucking moral victories. You win or you lose. I'm mad that they lost. I'm happy that they competed, and it made me super excited for the rest of the season.
I mean, I've watched. For whatever reason, Skip and Shannon and they're undisputed.
Yeah, you can't help but watch them. It's like a car accident.
Well, and that's the thing about them is because they're so too opposing, and I find something very soothing
about
Skip's,
polarizing, right?
Yeah,
they're polarizing to each other.
But I also find something very soothing about Skip's voice, and it's like, oh yeah, he sounds like he's a teacher or a mentor or a pastor that's talking to you as he's going through it. He said a lot of great things about it. I think, obviously, as an analyst and a journalist, he's
over the top.
Yeah, but I mean, again, it's he
My
calls
issue-
them his team, so you can't knock
My
him.
issue with Skip is a week before the game, he was calling them to get blown out. So then now it's a moral victory. Get fucked, man. Get fucked, Skip.
Hang on.
You're either in or you're out.
No.
Skip Bayless, if you're where am I here?
Me and Adam.
Skip Bayless, get fucked. Said it.
Me and
I agree.
Adam are sitting on the back of the Cowboys bandwagon because that's where we are, just barely holding on. We're kicking at him. He's trying to get on the bandwagon. We're kicking dust
Hang
in
on.
his
So
face.
Shannon Sharp said that the Cowboys were going to get
No,
blown
but
out.
so did Skip.
Skip said that it's going to be 31 to 21 or 23. That's what his call was for the Bucks.
Shit. But I do want to say before we jump off of like just a quick, I got to say I'm proud of you guys. You guys, we watched the game. You guys were into it. You passed off as Cowboys fans.
Well, and
you
guess
really
what?
did.
The next day when I was talking to people about the game and I was saying, we got this, I was saying we, and they're like,
You were saying we.
they're like, we? I was like,
Nice.
you don't understand. You don't understand.
Did you show them your tattoo? Bandwagon boy.
I'm gonna get a Dallas Star ink right here, just a big, just straight up
Dallas Star?
The Cowboy star.
the Cowboy Star, bitch.
I'm getting on my tramp stamp on the back.
Just aim for it.
Someone needs a face tattoo.
Yeah, AJ needs to-
And it says Jerry's guy.
Instead of
Says Uncle
tears,
Jerry.
instead of tears, it's like a shooting star.
But honestly, Dak Prescott, I think we can start off just talking about the leader of the squad here. And people have been, and I'll include myself, I didn't take him serious. I
it
didn't
was
take
hard
his
to.
stats last year serious. And I know it's been one game, but I think someone shared an image and it showed his last 4 games, including last year. I think he had over 400 in all games, and one was over 500 yards, and he had like 2 or 3 passing touchdowns in each of those games too. So he is unfortunately was injured, and I'm sure those numbers weren't sustainable necessarily. But
We'll see, I guess.
we'll see exactly. Like he picked up right where he left off. So yeah, I was really stoked on that. I mean, I think how many passes did they have in like
He
the
threw
first?
he threw 50. I think he threw 58 passes.
58 passes, but how many did he have in the first quarter? I mean, it doesn't matter, but like,
A lot. He had a lot. That was obviously their game plan. We could go into that. I was pretty critical when they signed Dak for what they did, but if he showed right now that he's a premier quarterback, anyone that doesn't say he's in the top 10 and maybe not even the top 5 is just a fucking troll at this point. If he can even come close, and that was not against some just random defense. That's probably they're going to be their top 5, possibly top 3 defense.
Yeah, well, they didn't
Right,
give
Nate?
me fantasy points like that this week.
They
so.
got to be like, if you had to rank the Bucks defense, Nate, where would you put them?
They are
Track 'em if you got 'em.
Definitely top 5.
Definitely top
I
5.
mean, you can even go top 3 with them too.
That's what I mean. Like they have
all returning starters. That's crazy.
That's crazy. So I can't say
Yeah.
I can. Dak played awesome and he silenced a bunch of people for the time being because people are always going to pick and pry, but he looked legit.
The one criticism I keep seeing about Dak, and before you cut me off because I can see you getting hot and heavy over there, Anth. They were talking about so his completion. So 42 or 58, great, good yardage, but he's a lot of them were a 7-yard average. So there wasn't any long bombs. It was all like more of a run. What were they calling it? It's more of like a
Run and gun?
Yeah, not a run and gun, but like it's more of a pass run offense.
I don't give a fuck if they're all shuttle passes. If he has 403 yards with 3 touchdowns, I don't give a fuck if he's tossing it like this to Zeke or whoever.
And they can
don't care. It was effective.
Yeah, they can say that. Sorry, but he did do some quality bombs as well.
Oh yeah, for sure. So the other thing too, where you look at Dak's stats, bring up how many times he was sacked.
He was set. He
8
got
times,
he
right?
got, he got hit 8 times.
So he got hit 8 times.
Brady got hit
once.
Brady
8
got
to
hit
8 to
once.
1.
So
that I thought was so when anybody, because people are like, Dak,
he had to get rid of the fucking ball.
yeah, exactly. But the thing that people are like, every week he's getting an MRI, like he's not completely healthy, and
Bullshit. This is people just trying to find something wrong with his performance.
MRI on his shoulder or his ankle?
Probably his shoulder.
His shoulder.
I'm tired of hearing about the ankle.
The ankle's
He's
fine. The
He
ankle's
is-
fine.
Yeah.
That guy's throwing the fucking ball.
But they also had a stat from the game on Thursday night that Tom Brady's average. So to kind of go in with the hits here, Tom Brady's average release was 2.8 seconds. I think Dak's was 2.3. So they were coming fast. They were coming fast at Dak. He's got to make a decision and throw it to his check down or to his hot route, right?
2.3 and hit 8 times.
Yeah, and he was hit 8 times. So they're coming for him. So he doesn't have time to necessarily drop back and air it out.
Well,
so.
and the whole thing back about a shoulder, it's more like a pitcher injury. So a lot of quarterbacks don't get this type of shoulder injury. So what they're saying, the people who are defending Dak it's just the fact that they are reaching out to the Texans and a bunch of medical professionals in the baseball world because of the type of injury. They haven't seen this type of injury on a QB. So the MRI is just literally to make sure that they're maintaining it. But again, he didn't flinch. You never saw him hold that shoulder at all. Like, I think if he, obviously you want to say he's a hundo P, and honestly, here's the other thing
But
too.
you're never going to play the season.
Well,
100%.
here's the other thing too.
After the first preseason snap you play, you're no longer 100% for the rest of the year.
So that was the other, like, look at how good he was for not taking any preseason game snaps.
Exactly.
Like, he hasn't played-
anyone that's finding something wrong with his performance on Thursday is just really looking hard for it.
I don't know where the exact number, but I think it's like 331 days it was that he went without doing anything football related.
Yeah.
Like throwing the ball or any like I don't know the exact, but his thing is like 331 days. So
Probably a live game snap, right?
our producer Alex is trying to hustle that
So
down.
there's one clip that we have of Dak throwing, and it's the one that I posted that he throws the ball before Amari Cooper's even out of the cut, and that right there just should silence. It's on the Instagram, AJ.
Yeah,
it's one throw that Nate, you got to watch this. Look at this. He throws it right now.
Oh,
Amari
yeah.
Cooper's not even out of his break.
So that was
That's nothing the defender can do on that
Look
shit,
at this.
man.
You
That's
can see
fucking
Amari Cooper right
awesome.
here. Ball's gone. He's not even in his break yet.
Yeah.
So and that's a far throw. That's not an easy throw to make. He's going across field to the corner.
What a great shot.
What a fucking great shot. Because you don't see that, right?
Yeah.
Like when you see the ball get thrown when you're watching the game, you just see Amari Cooper catch it. You don't see any of him beating this guy one-on-one. You don't see his break. You don't see anything.
And
the
one
ball's
thing,
gone. This is a fucking mint throw, man.
There's that whole aspect,
Wow.
but you do get a quick little look here of the offensive linemen, their athleticism, and like the trench battle. It's the most unsung war that goes on all fucking game is the D line versus the O line.
It's just a great shot and just a great play.
I do want to show this picture that kind of goes along with this from the game here. This is like what the Cowboys were up against, and this kind of transitions us into Zeke Elliott's game. 11 carries for 33 yards or something like
Yeah,
that.
I think he only probably had maybe two or three receptions.
Okay, so
Right.
for our audio only listeners,
That's
break
right.
it down.
And
Yeah, it looks so right here. It's basically showing what is it? They got 7 guys on the line, and I'd say out of those 7 of those guys, 4 of them are Pro Bowlers.
Bucks.
So right now, for the Bucks. So right now, even with Zeke staying in the block, if they're all going, they have the advantage. They have one guy that should come free. They're matching up with the quarterback. I don't know if they all rushed on this play.
Right.
Someone probably dropped. But Dak's looking at this right now as he's got 7 guys coming, right? Then Zeke, the hardest part for Zeke here, which a lot of running backs can't do, he's got to pick the guy that's going to... One guy, if they all are coming, is getting let free. Zeke has to find him and pick him up. You know what I mean?
Oh, Zeke's going to find him and lay that fucking shoulder into his stupid face.
Speaking of Zeke, I don't know, Nate, what you thought about it. Obviously, he didn't have the greatest stat game, but he literally was a 6th offensive lineman that game.
I was gonna say that is that he was a block. He had to block.
He had to block. If they would have been people just don't understand it. If you know you have a hard time running the ball into this front 7, why would you do it? You're not going to. You're gonna put Zeke in protection, and you're gonna use your 3 stud receivers, and you're gonna pick them apart.
He
know what I mean?
He had to block. We all saw what happened in the Super Bowl when they had no receivers stepping up to block.
Yeah, exactly. So he had to. I think the Cowboys' game plan was Zeke. He's not going to get 100 yards every play. I thought he looked good. He looked fast and he looked slim. Yep. He's going to get, I'm calling it right now, Zeke's getting over 100 yards next game.
Okay, so my question, do you think they abandoned the run game before the game even started, or did
No,
they?
you always go into it wanting to be balanced, but sometimes you're seeing stuff like they get on the line and you never know. Maybe they were calling run plays and Dak audibled out of them too, right? So
yeah,
the game kind of dictates what you're going to do as an offense, and I think the Cowboys and Kellen Moore, which is the offense coordinator, did the right thing. They obviously went in there and they put up 29 points on the defending Super Bowl champions.
Definitely not. We're not gonna see a heavy season like that. Obviously, you're gonna see a lot of more run heavy games or a more balanced game. I don't.
You would hope. You don't
Right.
you don't want to see Dak throwing it 58 times a game. That's not sustainable.
Yeah. I mean, and then okay, so let's keep it on some positives with the game. What do we think about our wide receivers? So Gallup, Cooper, and Lamb all had stellar games before Gallup kind of went out for that 3 to 5 week
Gallup
ankle.
hurt.
Gallup's out?
Yeah, he strained his calf.
Oh,
Same thing.
on that-
Same
on
thing
that
that
play?
happened to
Oh,
me.
shit.
He strained his calf. He's out 3 to 5 weeks. So,
Damn.
but you know what? Jeez, it's to say for fantasy, in one of my fantasy teams, I have Gallup and Amari Cooper. So, as a selfish fantasy owner, this is where it comes into weird, is being a fan plus playing fantasy.
Yep.
I'm happy about it in the fantasy aspect because I'm not worried about who to start or who to play.
Right.
But as a Cowboy fan, it sucks because Gallup was often he was
Yeah.
probably having the better half out of all the 3 receivers before
Yeah.
he went out.
Yeah, I mean, out of all of them though, like Dak kept on. I mean, CD had some pretty breakout plays, but Cooper seemed to be the one that it was the more obviously he's a master at running routes.
Cooper
So,
isn't top 10 receiver. For some reason
Yeah.
in the NFL and around the NFL, people don't think he is.
I mean,
Amari
look-
Cooper is a fucking top 10 wide receiver in the NFL.
He runs crisp routes. He
he-
catches the deep ball. I don't know. I mean,
Here's one of his
I'm not even a
catches
Cowboys
right
fan.
here.
I like
so
him.
so my question is, why didn't you keep him in fantasy, Ants?
He was too expensive.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does.
Well-
I would have loved to keep him on the one team. I did draft him in a couple other leagues. He was too expensive to keep in the keeper league, so I was
Okay.
hoping to get him at cheaper, and then I didn't.
Okay, so can we go? So if you look at some of this play, this is what I also heard as we're listening through, that people dissecting the game and talking about players. One of the interesting things that I didn't really think about, and it kind of goes into some of how CeeDee Lamb's dropped a bunch of these passes that he shouldn't have in the game. When you look at Cooper, if you go back to that clip where he takes it's like the 40-yarder, so that one, yeah. So being a solid route runner, Cooper's thinking about I'm going to nail the ball, I'm going to hit my route, whereas CeeDee Lamb, a lot of the analysts are saying he's thinking about what he's going to be doing exactly when he catches it because he's a big run after the play type of guy.
I mean, it is what it is. I think he's still young, right? He's gonna have. I mean, his one drop pass. I know that's what we're kind of talking about, where it looked like we threw it into quadruple coverage, but Dak just fucking.
That was
threw,
it
was a money throw.
Dak's best throw of the night.
Okay, we keep watching this Antonio Brown. We may as well talk about it. Anthony Brown versus Antonio Brown was the biggest mismatch on the field that whole game.
Well, who do you put on a? So obviously, if you look at what Trayvon Diggs did to Mike Evans, he shut him down. Like out of the times, it was like 19. He lined up with him 19 out of the 23 times or something like that. Like he shut. We didn't see anything from Mike Evans in this game. So
no,
with
so,
Trevin.
So if you're going to
Trevon
put
Diggs was shut down.
if
He
you're gonna,
played awesome.
If you're going to put Diggs on somebody, do you put Diggs on Brown instead?
No, because he plays predominantly the right side of the field.
So
So what you need to do on your left side is you need to give Anthony Brown help. Like there was the one play.
Right, okay, yeah.
It's tough. This is the thing against the Bucs. You have Gronk you got to worry about. You have Mike Evans. You have Godwin, and you have Antonio Brown. One of the guys, and then plus guys coming out of the backfield. You're not gonna be able to double all of them. So
Well, and Anthony Brown's our number 2 CB.
yeah.
So you're going to put him on Antonio Brown, and obviously that's just where. And you don't, like you're saying, don't do one-on-one coverage.
No, you can't. And he proved it.
you could say this too, that if Dallas gets a tight end, that offense is unstoppable.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Which
We
you know
might
what,
have him in-
Jarwin and Dalton Schultz,
Yeah,
they together.
He had 6 Schultz had 6 receptions, and he was if they keep going with that 6 receptions for a tight end, it helps out the receivers, running back, everything opens up the game.
It really does.
Well, is this the first touchdown of the Dallas Cowboys?
Yeah. Okay.
2021
So,
season?
and if this is the first touchdown of the season, if you rerun it back, watch what they did. They fake. Watch CeeDee Lamb here. Stops like it's a screen, and then as soon as the corner bites on him, he fucking goes off to the races. It's actually a really sweet play. Watch CD here. Stops, corner bites, and then turns and goes. And burn.
nice. That's actually really
Like that's
really
a
good.
sweet play, and they were playing cover 2 there, so that money ball too.
And you know what?
And that guy got hurt.
CD is.
Oh yeah, he like broke his arm or something there.
He's not like a super quick. Like he's fast, of course. He's got that speed, but that was just all fucking timing.
Just a great play.
Yeah, just a great play. There are some other clips. I know we can keep going through these highlights.
You bring it. You're the master of ceremonies. You guide us, and we will talk. We will talk about whatever you show us.
Well, you know what? Let's. I think let's talk about this one. There's a video out here. So anyone watching, it's Tom Brady bullying. Apparently, this is a. And I'm sorry, I don't got that guy's YouTube. I'll
He just holds Parsons here. It must be what he's talking about.
Yeah, it's the touchdown where Gronk drops back. They're on the 5 yard.
No, this is Godwin.
Oh, this is Godwin. Sorry.
Well, that's what we just saw was the Godwin one. I thought.
Oh, okay. Well, this play, it's just a couple plays, I guess, where this guy is, and we can go. We're gonna watch 2 videos on Micah Parsons here. This one is kind of calling Micah Parsons out for.
This is the thing. He had middle zone, and Brady just held him with his eyes. Basically, Brady didn't look at Godwin. That's all it was. He holds watch. He holds Parson exactly. He just see, and then boom.
I see what you mean.
Parsons got to get deeper there. He's got to get deeper, but he probably had his eyes on Gronk. I mean, it's tough. You're playing against the greatest quarterback to ever play.
In the red zone.
In the red zone, in your first NFL game.
Yeah.
Gronk's. There was a Gronk touchdown that maybe came after that.
Mute this guy.
There was a Gronk touchdown that maybe came after that where Gronk does almost that same play. Well, he drops back and then runs.
So what happens on that Gronk touchdown? This is what happens. So the Cowboys are showing zero defense, which means they're coming with everyone, right? So what Brady did on the line is he basically said something to Gronk, meaning block, go up. So as soon as Brady sees who's blitzing, which was Donovan Wilson, then D-Law has to pick up Gronk, and D-Law versus Gronk is a huge mismatch. But Brady saw all this just by having them line up, and then by calling they motion someone. As soon as they motion him, they know they're in man, and then he just needs to find the guy that's blitzing. So,
but this is the flip side. This is another way to take it. This is what I love about.
So this is Baldinger. Anyone listening, Brian Baldinger's breaking down Micah Parsons' first game. Like, look at this, untouched.
So we're the good and the bad can be produced, and you can look at things whatever you want to frame,
whatever narrative you want.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, and honestly, one play. I mean, I'd take 10 plays of him doing well on one play where he's fucking up. Obviously, that went to a touchdown.
Was that the one where Brady held onto the ball, or guy was going to hit his hand? Looked like he was going to fumble it.
Oh yeah,
that was crazy.
The thing about it too is Parsons was very respectful after the game and just said what can you say after?
It's literally his first NFL game.
Yeah.
He's going against a guy. I think you brought up the stat before, AJ. Tom Brady has 3 seasons worth of NFL playoff games. Like, he would have the equivalent to 3 seasons of just playoff games.
Yeah.
And you're playing against this kid in his first NFL game. People are going to blow up you can have, like we said, you could have either narrative you want. This is not Micah Parsons' cream of the crop type game. He's a sideline to sideline linebacker. He wants them to be running screens, running the ball, right? There was no runs really. But look at this. This is like, for a rookie, tracking that guy down and take him out on the flat.
I mean, do you think there was any type of, like, I bet you Micah's probably saying to himself, I hesitated a couple times because I was worried about Tom Brady.
Of course. Guaranteed. I don't care what anyone says.
Well,
I don't care if they say, oh, it's just playing football. It's not.
Well, look at when Hard Knocks covered it in the 4th episode. DeMarcus Ware was talking to Micah about it, and he said, well, you're going to be playing Tom, or maybe it was the last episode, you're playing Tom Brady. You got to watch out. Brady's going to do things that fuck with you. He pointed at me during a play, so I started to do like a check down,
and it fucked up DeMarcus Ware.
And it fucked up DeMarcus Ware,
Hall
and
of
then
Famer.
He got a touchdown score on him.
Right. So I mean, if he can do it to DeMarcus Ware, and DeMarcus Ware at that point was a seasoned vet. I mean, this is awesome though. I mean, this is what you want for your rookie. You want him to be against the hardest shit, because then when he's playing a Daniel Jones or Jalen Ramsey or fucking Fitzmagic, it's going to seem easier. The more snaps he gets, it's just going to seem easier.
Look at the 3 next games that we got coming up. They're not nearly going to be as hard.
Chargers have a good offense. But after that, we have a pretty winnable few games.
Yeah.
Okay, so there was a couple there were some picks in this game. Both of them could have gone for pick six. The first one we're watching is Dak Prescott,
Which this shouldn't have been picked.
That's
this should have
right.
been a catch.
Now
Gotta
at
catch
first glance we
I was
were
pissed that Dak threw into 4 guys.
that's right, but the reality is it actually
Do they show a reverse view after? Probably not.
No, they don't. But unfortunately, he throws a dime actually right to the hands of CD Lamb. I mean, for sure, it's like
It's not an easy catch.
not an easy catch, but like CD's an elite receiver.
If it hits off your hands,
It's not the
should catch
it's
it.
not the QB's fault.
that's what
No, exactly.
That's what our boy Morv Dog.
yeah, Rob Morvan, yeah.
okay.
Shroom.
Okay.
Morph.
Yeah. So exactly. So right there, not Dak's fault. Doesn't go against him. It was right to your fucking hands.
And then Captain PED fucking chased him down and
I just want. I just.
We'll
wa-
get to that,
I-
too.
I just want to say. I just want to say. Go back to TP. Go back to TP 20
he
there.
just got rolled.
Tries to
cut
zeke
block.
it. Tries to zeke it, and guess what? Ain't gonna happen, boy.
Yeah, but look at TP going for it here, though.
No, I mean, look. I love TP 20. I'm just saying.
Let's see.
Right
he gets
here,
run
TP.
over. He gets run over.
Oh, but good for going. Good
You
for
just
going
got,
for
you just
it.
got to get in the way.
Hey, TP had a good game. He didn't run. Yeah, he just caught in the way enough.
That should have been
to
caught.
do.
It should have been caught.
Should have fucking been
just
caught.
to go back real quick to Dak. They
Crack him if you
abandoned.
got him.
They abandoned. Yeah, nice call. They abandoned the running game, and you can tell that by the stats, right? No, it wasn't like any running back got a bunch of carries. It was very low. So
Crack
the
him
other,
if you got him.
anyways, I don't know why I'm bringing that
Yeah.
up. but-
Why are you talking right now, dog?
Oh, this man, I was getting fucking fired up. Jordan Lewis, man, this is okay. So he's running out, and you can start seeing right now he only
Yes.
has offensive linemen to beat. He only has big, slow, fat guys to. I mean, they're not fat, but how are you letting 74 catch you there? You have you got to cut field. Once you get out of the end zone and you're past all the fast guys, you got to cut across the field.
when they were coming out, it was.
I'll tell you when he should have cut here. Because
awesome.
I'm an elite coach here. He should have cut cross field right now.
Yeah, they just ran diagonal.
Yeah, they're all slow. He's gone. He has Tom Brady. And look at Brady here. Give the shoulder.
Yeah, that's cool. His blockers should have kind of led him that way, right across the field.
So close, man. And that is like, they'd be going into halftime with a touchdown
Yep.
and getting the ball back.
This is why you love Tom Brady, even if you hate him.
Yeah, I love it.
Well,
it's
you-
just
come on, but-
it's just competitive nature.
Dude, how can you hate Tom Brady anymore, though?
Oh, easy. It's easy.
Is it?
Yeah, fuck him.
He's just so good.
No,
You know, look.
I'm past the fact of hating Brady. It's just he's so good.
You can't hate him. You
gotta
can't hate Tom
respect
Brady.
him.
And you know why you can't hate him? Because he still has the want to throw up a fucking Hail Mary right before the half.
Oh, yeah.
Not saying, no, who cares about me?
Hey, what do you guys think Tom Brady's record is against Cowboys?
6-0 now.
Fuck you, Alex.
Hey, it's only because we talked about that stat.
Hey, fuck you, Alex.
Is it really 6-0?
Yeah, he's 6-0.
Oh,
Hey, and
shit.
I'm fine with them getting their first win against him in the NFC Championship game.
Oh, yeah.
Did you get run that clip? Then this goes into perfect.
Run it back.
No, this
Run
goes
it back.
this goes perfect into the
Run it back.
This goes perfect into the Brady.
Run it back.
Are you stuck right now? Are you stuck? I'm watching the camera and you look the exact.
Run it back.
Let's get the clip of when Dak and I'm all fucking mumbling now because of just
Which
running
clip?
it back. It's
run it back.
when Brady and Dak end up meeting in the middle of the field at the end of the game.
I mean, we're all over the games here, but that's okay.
Hang on. Don't show my.
And you know what? We did? We didn't recap the last episode of Hard Knocks. But
That's
guess
okay.
what?
Fuck 'em.
Season's already on,
Yeah, we got other shit.
motherfucko.
We got other shit to talk about. So then at the end of the game, they came up to each other and Dak just says, "I'll see you in playoffs."
Okay, let's just run the clip back.
Well, that was you just saw the whole clip.
But let's get the volume on it.
the volume's up.
I got volume.
You're not going to hear it. You're not going to hear it. Oh, I never saw this. Hey, Dak said he's going to beat us in playoffs. Hey,
I thought he was
guys.
going to trip.
Who else they got walking out here? That's Vita Vea.
Hey, we're gonna
That's a
get
man right
get
there.
to that. So
I thought it was cool. I mean, the bravado, right? Like you meet the guy in the middle of the field, you could take it for bravado, confidence, arrogance. I mean,
We'll see you again.
He just said, "We'll see you again." I mean, as a Cowboys fan, you love to see it.
You want to see that. You don't want to hear. You don't want and this.
You don't want him to Jalen Smith him and give him a high five and a hug.
Yeah, what was up with that?
Oh yeah, look, even Nate Dogg is talking about it.
You don't. You're playing, so you don't fucking do that.
No, you don't do that
No
mid-game.
fucking way.
No, and you also don't want to Danucci it and say, I knew I wasn't gonna make it.
Danucci just sitting in the corner in the desk crying.
Fucking bitch.
Where do you-
Get on
okay.
the practice squad.
Where do you think Danucci even watched the game?
No, he was studying. He was just watching his chess match versus Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
Got him.
I got him. I beat him.
Highlight of his
am
life.
better than him.
Hey guys, do you guys want to come over and watch
chess?
episode 3 of Hard Knocks?
Danucci definitely comes from a wealthy family.
It's season opener of the NFL. It's NFL's back.
I didn't even know.
but-
No, he's like, and he tries to play it
really?
off.
I didn't even know that.
I thought they played Sunday.
I feel like Danucci's family's into waste disposal or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so maybe we should stop talking shit about him. Then. We'll end up in concrete shoes.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, talking about the waste disposal. Did you watch that Untold on Netflix with the Danbury hockey team, where the real life Tony Soprano buys his son a hockey team?
I saw the preview for it. I'm all over that.
Okay,
though, man.
you have to.
17-year-old kid fucking owns the team.
They basically. So what they're looking at is they based the
idea what you guys are talking
Okay,
about.
so on Netflix, they're doing these untold stories. It's sports stories. So like Malice at the Palace, which was a big
That's a
fight,
good one.
the brawl in the stands.
Was
That's
that
been
with
told
the
a million
Flyers?
times.
No,
Was that the Flyers?
No, it was with not.
Is that what Goon's based off of?
No. So the one that I'm talking about, the Danbury. What the fuck? The Danbury.
Well, you can't come up with stats and then
What,
just
Danbury or Danbury?
Danbury. That one.
Untold Crime and Penalties shows the crazy side of hockey.
Yeah.
So what are we going at? You got to keep talking here. This is your bit here.
No. Because Nate Dogg got me off track, and he said waste management. So the real Tony Soprano from The Sopranos was. They're saying it's based off of this guy because it's this mafia guy
really?
who bought his like shithead son. No, it doesn't look. He doesn't look like Tony Soprano, but he bought his 17-year-old son a hockey team. And he basically made it into like a WWF thing.
kid did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It just fights galore.
I gotta watch this now.
There's the trailer. Just play the trailer really quick. So for you football
Well, we
fans,
can't. This is on YouTube.
okay, whatever. Anyways, fuck it.
You went off script, Ad, and now we're just we don't even
sorry,
know what's
Nate,
happening.
I thought Nate Dogg was giving it up, and I just went with it.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
that's
this
We'll catch up on
That's
it for
why I
show.
only come on every 10 episodes.
Yeah, you get Ad into hockey wrestling mode.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, we got
you know what?
an
Let's see what
NWO belt
happens.
right beside you. Okay.
That's right.
Let's just watch it anyways. We'll see what happens.
For life.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I know that guy.
Why does he look 40?
Well, post.
Are we allowed to make fun of this guy, or are we scared to?
We probably
Will
should
Ferrell's
not say
in
much
it.
of it. Only some Browns.
AJ.
Oh yeah, that was a good right hook. So anyone that's listening, we're watching. Why did it show the Mighty Ducks? We're
Well, because
watching
they're
this
saying
Netflix preview.
he grew up on a dose of the Mighty Ducks.
Oh, of the what were the penalty guys in Mighty Ducks?
And they're
Bang Brothers.
I mean, it basically was our lacrosse when I was coaching your lacrosse team, and we formed the Goon Squad
Yep.
for your team,
Yep.
which we should run that clip back.
At some point.
Yeah, I'd love to see that.
Yeah. So it talks about the stuff and then how it kind of all unfolded. It was good.
Looks good.
Crimes and Penalties. Okay, on Netflix. Okay, let's move along.
I like it.
people.
And no, we are not sponsored by Netflix yet. We just like giving free advertising out to the 20 people that are going to see this who've never heard of Netflix.
And for the 5 of you that stuck around after we talked about hockey on a football podcast,
Netflix, get your subscription and get a upgraded subscription to share it with 4 family members. Netflix.
So we've talked
There's
about the
this
mafia and we've talked about hockey. I like it.
there's this new streaming service called Netflix where you
It's
don't
gonna
have
be
to go to
big.
the store.
I'm
I
trying
think
to play.
Netflix has got it's gonna be big.
I'm trying to play this MFing clip of
Okay.
MFing Godwin and this MFing OPI push off BS.
So let's get unbiased review. Nate Dogg, we need to.
Here we go.
We
Watch
need
this.
we need a cowboy. I'm not going to say cowboy hater, but definitely a rival of the San Fran 49ers. What did you think about this play? I'll break it down. 24 seconds left. The Cowboys are winning 29-28. The Tampa Bay Bucks are on the 45. What do you think about that?
Is there a closer?
They'll give another view.
They're going to give another view.
view.
Yeah.
I like
Right
that
here.
camera guy. That's
What do you think about
guy
this?
here.
What do you think about this? Is it a push off?
You know what?
It's hard to call, isn't it?
That's as close as it gets to offensive pass interference without calling it. You could call that.
I think
they've called less.
We've called less.
They've called less.
They called less on defenders all game too.
In a game like this, I can understand them not calling it because they don't want to influence the game. But by not calling it, you influence the game. You know what I mean? So they're in.
Okay.
It's a catch-22 for the refs. They're in a really bad spot.
Yep.
Okay, so let's say they do call it though. Okay, so let's say they do call it.
Like they were supposed to or should have.
Yep.
What the fuck? Says Jordan Lewis. WTF, mate?
Yeah, it was a push off, but I mean, let's go back and look at every play. And I once heard, Anth, you can confirm this, being a former semi-pro player yourself, there can be a penalty. There can be a penalty on every single play.
Yeah, 100%. But everyone's looking at them there. So do Michael Gallup versus I know we're going off of the rails here. Michael Gallup against Jalen Ramsey.
Well, I mean, I'll just say this. UK Steve, I was talking to him about it last night. He said it wasn't. He's like, it's not PI.
How does he figure? You're going to talk about to the soccer player about it?
I was just gonna say.
If like a fucking guy gets touched and a guy gets kicked out of a game, and we're really listening to UK Steve's opinion on a fucking offensive pass interference.
Oh, you got
The Steelers fan, the Manchester United fan, the football hooligan. We're taking his opinion now. So
And introducing UK Steve.
kicks the door open, lights drop. Holy shit! So UK Steve,
hang on.
wait, no, UK Steve, stay in your lane.
I like how it went from, I was talking to Steve and this is what he said, to, you're taking his opinion? I didn't say,
No,
hey,
I don't
guess
care
what?
if
So
you're
I didn't
taking
know-
his
I didn't- I
opinion
didn't
or
know
not.
I didn't know what I wanted,
But
so
watch
I was
this then.
asking Steve.
No, you got to watch this then. So
I'm not going to do it.
this was last
Not
year.
gonna do
This
it.
is last year. The Cowboys are in the position that the Tampa Bay Bucks were in.
I'm trying to get a good fucking thing
Right
on.
here.
Here we go.
Okay, so this was called pass interference. So tell me the difference. That's PI though.
Oh wow.
Okay, let me go back.
That
and
got
take
called
back.
PI because Jalen Ramsey is, I don't know. That's
Extending
PI.
his arm.
That's
Extending
not-
his
that's
arm.
not- a penalty at all.
But if you extend your arm, the other guy extended his arm. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? There's just no consistency.
Yeah.
So, and look at this.
Oh,
Look
yeah.
at the time.
Yep.
Look at the fucking time. The Cowboys were down by 3 with 21 seconds left. This would have put them in field goal position. And they call that. So, I mean.
Hopefully not for Zerline.
Well, you know what?
Nate with the dig.
All I have to say
Look
is
at that. 21
Zow-
seconds left.
The
damn.
the difference between this was the person throwing the football and also the
Person playing corner.
person playing corner. Sure.
It was the person.
I mean,
playing
this
corner,
is
yeah.
the thing. You got to just be consistent. If it's an arm extension, well, Godwin had an arm extension.
Yeah.
So it should be called. So I'm not gonna. I'm more on the side that.
Okay, so-
if you don't want the refs to influence the game, beat the team. Don't let it come down to that situation. You
And
know what I mean?
Okay, so just based on the people that are playing, they do call. I just pulled an Anth Best there. They do call.
Swallowing your burp?
They do. Yeah, they do. They do.
Burp him if you got him.
Let's.
If you got him.
They do call it. It's still 2nd and 20 is what it would be. Do you think Tom Brady continues to get it?
No, it would have been. Yeah, okay, you're right. It would have been. Yeah, you're right, because it would have been a penalty 2nd and 20. He probably does, to be honest.
for sure. I mean, so obviously,
It's hard to bet against Tom Brady in that situation. Crack him if you got him.
if you got him.
Yeah, but that eats up what 10, 20 seconds. No, it doesn't eat
Yeah,
up.
no,
maybe.
No,
But-
it would.
Yeah, and then our next.
It would. The penalty, if they would. No, because it was a running play. Sorry. It only eats up the clock if it's a pre-whistle, like pre.
No, but they would have to run another play.
Yeah.
Right.
But
So
I think the biggest thing. So you saw that on Jalen. It wasn't called, and it wasn't called when Tom's throwing it. So that kind of goes into the narrative of the refs don't call it when these superstar players are involved in it.
But yeah, that is the 100%. That is the narrative. Which I'm not going to get into the conspiracy side of it. I'm just more so you see one. You put play A, play B. The same thing happens in both plays. Both could either. I think in either way they could have been called or not get called. It sucks that the Cowboys got burned both times. But at the end of the day, if you don't want the ref to beat you, do more for the first fucking 58 minutes of the game.
Make your field goals and your extra
Yeah,
points.
you know what? That's not even
yeah.
that's not even a problem.
Yep.
Greg's thank you, Nate. That's not even a problem of Greg Zerloin. And you know what? Greg the leg, I give him props. He came out and took he did take blame for it.
No excuses. If I did my job, we win the game. You're fucking. I'm holding a knife to Greg's throat.
Yeah.
Read it. Read it.
It's the scene. It's the scene in
Batman?
Training Day.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Batman.
And he's in the
have a daughter.
and he's like, yeah, and
the
I got the
bathtub?
shotgun right on him. Yeah. And he's like, if I score if I make those kicks, we win the game. If I make those kicks, we
there
win
we
the
go.
game.
I thought that was Ethan Hawke in here
Oh,
for a second.
fuck.
I know, sorry guys.
Denzel
Where
and
are we? Where are
Ethan.
we?
Okay, so that
Ethan DiCaprio.
so that would have been a good that would have been a great scene for us to do a reenactment of
Ethan?
a superstar scene.
Well, who knows? Maybe we get some fun stuff going.
And let's just take a break for.
Oh, yeah, that would be, we should have breaks. We could have something this summer.
Yeah, Anth, what would have the score been had we made one or made the missed kicks? There was 2 missed field goals, one missed.
So I'm not
EP?
gonna count the 60-yarder. That's
60-yarder, you
that's
can't
not
count.
that's not
That's a
an
tough
easy kick. I think they should have just Hail Married it personally.
Yep.
Or even just tried to get more yards so that the Bucks didn't have a short field. But if they would have 4 more points, they would have won.
Yeah.
With the one missed kick that should
Okay.
92% of the time that kick's made, and then your point after, which is 92%, they would have won 33 to 32.
How much is
Or
Dak?
it would've-
How much is Dak
31.
making? How much is Dak making this year?
It's 43 mil or something.
I thought it was like 75 million.
No, 43. He signed 160 something million.
Maybe some bonus.
75 is
signing
what
bonus?
I'm making this year
I think I heard
from this podcast.
Could you
Brother
imagine?
Nate, brother Nate.
he's
that'd be
making
hot.
he's making $4 million a game. Give him that fourth. Give him the fucking Hail Mary. You're paying him that much. Let him Hail Mary if we're gonna fucking miss it anyways.
So that was the problem.
we just did it
There it
together.
is. There it
Together.
That was the problem on that last drive. I don't care. At one point, they were on the 40-yard line and they threw the ball. The Cowboys run it with Zeke to bleed some clock.
Yeah.
You're in 4-down territory if you don't get it. Into field goal range. Bleed the clock.
Yeah. Eat up another 30 seconds.
Did you guys
'cause
do it together again?
No, not together.
the most deadly thing. Bye, brothers. The most deadly thing. The most deadly thing you can give Tom Brady is fucking 2
Time.
minutes.
If Brady has more than a minute, more like a minute, even 5,
He's
with one timeout,
Yeah.
it's just a fucking eternity for that guy.
He's cut from the same cloth as Michael Jordan, where he just needs that one thing to put him into that mode.
For sure. Oh, you
there's
know
no
what?
panic. It's calm.
Did we
Yeah.
talk about Amari Cooper? Yeah, we did. Saying
Yeah.
that he just gets no love. He's like the Rodney Dangerfield of the fucking wide receivers.
Well, I don't know if he said that specifically, but that's a great quote.
Yeah, but he's the Rodney Dangerfield.
He's a Scotty Pippen.
The Scotty.
The Scotty. Yeah, you know what? That is good. But I mean, he's not
you.
really like Scottie Pippen because he got paid.
Hey, let's do.
That's true,
Let's
also.
do. I mean, we've hit all of our notes. Let's do. I think
Quick talk
wanted to-
about
No.
upcoming Chargers.
I
or
was
what?
gonna. Oh, and sorry, there is one more thing you wanted to speak of specifically.
Ooh,
was
linebackers.
the linebackers.
Okay, so as anyone that has even watched a little bit, you probably don't even have to tune in much. You know how I feel about our linebackers, and the snap counts came out for the linebackers.
Oh, really?
So for the 5 linebackers that I've been kind of following, I'll just tell you them. AJ, you don't even have to try to find it.
for the viewers.
Yeah,
Keep
okay.
going.
So you have. Well, I was going to ask you guys what you thought their
Okay,
breaks
I won't look.
were.
I won't look. Yeah.
So how many plays? So the Bucks ran 62. I believe they ran 62 offensive plays. How many plays was Jalen Smith on the field?
Out of 62,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say he was on the field for 35.
Ad
42.
Nate.
12.
Yeah, Nate was the closest. He was on the field for I think it was 16 plays.
Wow.
They
So-
were hardly calling his name.
Leighton Vander Esch. How many do you think he was on the field for?
I think around the same because they were playing them together, weren't
Yeah,
they?
he was on there for 14 plays.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Wow.
now you have Micah Parsons and Keanu Neal. They were one play apart. How many do you think they had?
Oh, I'm gonna say 52.
Yeah, 50 and 51.
Yeah, they were the
So that's just telling
I was gonna say 48. but
that's just telling you right now. We've kind of said it this whole time, or at least I've been preaching it. I knew Jalen Smith's snaps were going to drop. Granted, in a situation when you're playing more of a running team, their snaps will go up. But
okay, so
Keanu Neal and Micah Parsons are the 1 and 2 linebacker nickel 100% their nickel package.
okay, so but a big, and I don't know how. I mean, maybe it's just because you're playing Brady, but the CBs had more tackles than the linebackers, which it should be like the linebackers should be.
Well, let's pull that up. Who had
pull it
more
up.
tackles? Because I know Parsons had 7. I'd be hard pressed to see if
I think the
Scroll down there, AJ.
I think the CBs were up
Anthony
into like
Brown.
the 10 or 11s.
Anthony Brown, yeah. So this is and back to Anthony
Tony
Brown.
B.
Fuck, Anthony Brown was targeted 9 times and just got fucking smoked.
Yeah. No. Like. Okay. So it's like
11 tackles
He got
combined,
He got
Picked on.
He got 6 tackles, but it's like
but 5 assists. So he was in on 11 plays.
no,
Yeah.
but which is fine. But I'm just saying those 6 tackles is because you were chasing
That's
down.
the thing.
A
That's
fucking
not good. That's bad. Like Ad said, a cornerback should never have.
Yeah.
Like look at Trevon Diggs. How many
true.
tackles did he have? Maybe 2.
Yeah,
Trevon Diggs one tackle.
One tackle.
That's telling right there. 1 tackle, 11. Like there's a very big.
me.
What are you guys doing?
Well,
his bones in.
Adam said a point. Adam said a
What are you
point.
guys doing over there?
Adam said a point. They got you.
Should we do
They
that?
got you pulsing, Ant.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, no, I just think Anthony Brown needs to figure his shit out.
Should we be doing that kind of stuff too?
Me and Nate are just doing it mentally.
Yeah.
We're jerking each other off. Yeah,
So
mental
I
jerk
need
off.
to smoke.
Mental reps.
Dr. Lawrence in the house.
Hey, D-Law had a great punch out, but I mean,
That's right.
let's just talk a little bit about the upcoming game. So,
Sure. Before we move on, real quick, Ant.
oh no, don't
there
give
it is,
that
my
to him.
precious.
Don't give that to him.
Why shouldn't it be mine?
I was wondering where the hell that was.
I thought he was really coherent today.
Yeah, things are smooth.
Look, now he's off. Hey,
Now you have to. Now he has to do it.
No, the battery's dead. Hey, so
He just starts fucking licking it.
Yeah,
Anthony, this whole,
he just starts using a lighter.
I lose my. I go Paul Pierce on myself. Is that
Paul
his name?
Pierce? Pierre Paul?
Pierre Paul. It was Paul Pierce, a basketball player, maybe. I don't know. Anth, and everyone involved. Final thoughts, and we're gonna go into who they're playing next. What are you happy with the game? Sad with the game?
Happy. I'm overall happy with it.
Adam.
yeah, moral victory.
Shut your face.
Shut your fucking. You've been listening to too much.
no,
Skip, yeah.
no, I actually have, but the biggest thing I think what got me the most excited, because outside of like this podcast, obviously being a bandwagon boy, I'm going to say something like this. I'm excited that Dak. So one, watching Hard Knocks and seeing Dak have a little bit of like rough around his edges. Like I thought he was just a plain Jane for the most part.
And he talks kind of like he's
He's cursing.
Yeah.
He's like he has like
fiery.
Exactly. And then
Big
when you-
armadillo between his legs.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Huge
Oh, yeah.
cock.
Huge dick.
cock.
Big old dick on him.
Huge old cock. But the thing that I like about, if you look at the team, our RB 1 and 2, Pollard and Zeke. I like those two as running backs. All this bullshit about Zeke not having the explosiveness, I don't
just
think.
wait.
I think
Oh, I
it's
can't
it's
wait.
the worst fucking game to
Bad game,
judge that.
yeah.
But the fact that we got Cooper, we got Gallup, and we got CeeDee Lamb, and obviously Gallup's out. I think he has enough of an offensive weaponry to spread it out. And then, like you said, Anth, we don't have one breakout TE, but we got two that can actually put some stuff up. So if Dak can stay healthy, which it looks like he's going to, and we get Martin back into the fold, I think that the next 3-4 weeks are really going to be telling.
So that's one thing we didn't talk about really. Lael Collins suspended 5 games.
That's right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So which is huge,
Yeah.
which is really big. So just like Ad brought up, Martin being back's huge, but losing Lael Collins for 5 games is also fucking massive. He plays a big part in the offense. And so the reason he got suspended, not because he tested positive for PEDs, but he avoided the test altogether.
Oh wow,
That's right. That's right.
So that's a telling sign,
Yeah.
is it not? Like if you're not going to do a piss test, why wouldn't you do a piss test?
Well, and
Fucking right.
what
Wow.
what I thought it was, if I'm trying to put the pieces together, Lael Collins injured last year, didn't
Yep.
play all 2020, probably needed to take some substances, and I'm not saying that this is out of the ordinary. It's probably perfectly normal.
Well, he was actually hurt prior to week 1, so it might have even been a sooner thing.
It could have been related to that as well. But my point is like players when they're injured take substances that would not be legal
Yeah.
during season time, but it's not to like
Okay,
get
well,
a
so-
physical edge. It's to recover. They do it in UFC a lot as well because it's a short season, or sorry, it's a short time in between seasons. If you have an injury, you kind of need to get it done right
ramp
away.
it up. Yeah, ramp it up.
And so I'm thinking that's what I'm leaning towards. He knew he had shit in his system for recovery. He wasn't trying to like PED up or who knows what the substance.
They're trying to fight it though. Hey, they're trying to fight it. He lawyered up. They're trying to say that they thought a missed test was a fine and not a suspension.
Well, I mean, and that's the
Hey,
big,
then I mean, lawyer up if you want, but I think the NFL is going to say
If the glove
it's your
don't fit,
job.
you must have quit.
Oh, an OJ reference. We went
Hey,
we went
Twitter
40
hey,
we
Twitter
went
people.
we went 40 episodes without an OJ reference. Thanks, Nate.
Hey, but
coming from the guy who's wearing a Bo Jackson jersey, I definitely respect that.
the NFL is just going to say to that end,
Okay, the NFL.
They're just
banned-
gonna say,
the NFL
you
banned
need to know the-
taunting. So I don't like. I
We're a
think
bunch of bitches.
no, they're going to
it's
say
the
you.
worst thing in the world.
The NFL's a bunch of bitches.
They're going to say you need. It's like it's not our fault you didn't, and I kind of agree with them too. It's like if you don't know the rules,
Oh,
yeah,
for
I
sure.
mean,
that's on
for
you.
sure.
man.
Yeah. So my question is, if you were in the situation where you are petting up,
You're a pedo.
if you're a pedo, do you take the suspension?
But
Because
what if it's
you don't
his-
want that asterisk on your record saying that you're a juice, you're juicing.
You're
What
a
if
juice
it's one
whore.
of-
He's a juice whore.
What if it's one of those things? What if he isn't though? Like, what if he, what if he's fighting it because he just fucked up and missed a test? I don't know.
You know
I
what?
don't know. Who
I
knows?
believe that there are sufficient like drug testing is always downstream from what's happening. They can't get ahead of the most modern technology of
Juice.
and it's not like 1980s mentality of steroids that I'm talking about.
Oil change, like in the program, we're doing an oil change.
Where you go to your local YMCA and
Great
meet some
scene.
guy in a shower that hasn't been used for 3 days, and he like injects you in the ass with a fucking needle.
No,
They're
it's
doing it all very, very medically. Right?
Yeah, I thought it would be the scene, and not obviously it's different, but when Mox looks over at Lance Harbor and he's getting the needle in his knee in Varsity Blues. But
Yeah.
that's nothing to do with PEDs. That's just
That's
taking
just-
a cortisone shot.
Yeah.
But like I'm not saying that every NFL player does it. I'm just saying science and technology is improving to the point where the rules have to always catch up to the newest technology. So what's players are doing today, let's say, maybe next year there's going to be some things that are outlawed, but by that time the science has already moved on.
Well, that goes back to, and I agree with that because that goes back to even Dak getting the MRI every single week. Science has changed. Why are you not using it to all of your advantage when they can tell you so much shit about you? Like, but
here's our $150 million quarterback. He's got something in his arm.
Yeah,
That's making him not
The
feel
thing,
well.
the thing with
Let's not do an MRI.
the thing with the
no, don't do
PED
it.
thing, or like it might not even be performance enhancing. There's so many things on the list, but it does raise a flag when you skip the test altogether.
But it's
Absolutely.
but the other thing too is that if like there's everybody, a majority of them are fucking on PEDs. They just know how to fucking work the program. So you look at any of the coaching staff, the owners, everyone are probably like, yeah, well, I mean,
maybe not though.
Well,
That's a whole nother art. Like that's a you
put
don't
it on,
know
Put it on the docket for next app. We're
that?
talking about
what we think about PEDs and how prevalent they might be in the league.
okay, yeah. That's a good combo. But for now,
We're talking about your favorite topic, Alex, drugs.
Hey, what he does is
I just
legal.
like I just exactly in Canada it's legal, and I just like a couple drugs. Okay, final thoughts. We've wrapped that up. Let's go to upcoming game. We got the DC Cowboys.
the DC Cowboys.
We got DC versus LAC.
Let's just take a moment of silence for our boy Zeke
What,
here
did
for
he
a second.
die?
No. But
He knows what's coming. He's getting 100
Exactly.
yards. He's getting over 100 yards.
Exactly.
I'm going to say 125 and 2 TDs next week.
What are you gonna eat?
Pencil it in.
Pictures from the future.
Hey, pencil. Where am I here? Pencil it in.
Pencil.
Pencil it in. 2 touchdowns, 125 yards, We about to get a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
Hey, for those of you who are not subscribed to YouTube, you fools.
Fools.
You just missed an
Oil.
extreme point.
Oil.
An extreme point close up.
Yeah,
Well, this is also such an old.
ABS.
I'm just disappointed. This is such an old picture of Zeke. He doesn't even have his
blonde.
highlights.
Yeah,
He doesn't have his
the blonde
blonde
in it.
but the sincerity in the smile. is
So
the
with
same.
the Chargers coming up, it's kind of tricky for us to even really say what we want to say because they haven't played. This is the weird thing about playing on Thursday night. We haven't seen the Chargers play. Maybe they're going to look amazing against Washington.
okay, hang on.
They play,
And their quarterback didn't play at all in the preseason,
right?
As well,
so and the good thing is they're playing a division rival, and we know the Washington team pretty well. So it's going to be a good. I said this last week with us, a measuring stick, but it's going to be a measuring stick watching LA Chargers versus the Washington football team. It's really going to give us a look, and it's kind of hard to say what I say because I don't follow fucking LA Chargers at all.
The other thing too, we record this on a Saturday. It's football Sundays tomorrow. So after after that, you'll check out our Instagram for some after Charger thoughts on what's going down. But yeah, I mean that's the difficult thing about recording. This is a Cowboys podcast. We're not going to fucking wait till after football Sunday because guess what? We don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I mean, we could dive into it the most. I'll say right off the hop just about the Chargers. They have a really good. Justin Herbert had a really good year last year. They lost, I think, every game. Every game they lost was within 7 points.
It's Justin Herbert, by the way.
Yeah, Herbert. So they were very competitive.
Bear.
They were very competitive all last year. They have Keenan Allen, who's a great wide receiver. They have who's their running back? Eckler. Austin Eckler. They have a great
Big
offense.
fucking left tackle who was just drafted.
Yeah, Rashawn Slater. Yeah, the
Yep.
Cowboys were looking at him possibly, and
Look,
then
they have a formidable offense.
they do. Their offense is good. I don't really know much about their defense. I don't really know much about the Chargers. That's why I'm excited to watch them play tomorrow.
Well, big
I thought
game
they
that
still played in San Diego. But
Right? Oh, Boza. They got Boza. I always forget about Boza. He's a fucking crack.
one of the
got
big,
him.
it's one of the big names on the defense is Bosa. But
Before we dive in, like, is there? What are you guys looking forward to tomorrow? We got to talk about it a little bit. Like,
Okay.
We got the first NFL Sunday kicking off tomorrow. We got to say what we're excited. I mean, obviously, I'm excited for some other games other than just the Cowboys.
Okay, so what are the games that you're excited for tomorrow?
For me, it's the NFC East games. I'm excited for the Washington Chargers game. I'm excited for the Jets Eagles, and I'm excited for who do the Giants. I don't even know the Giants play, but I like watching all the NFC East teams. The Broncos.
What
So
about the
Giants and the
Seahawks?
Broncos.
What about the Seahawks?
I could give two fucks about Seahawks games unless it's like unless it's a primetime game. I would watch it, but I'll just have Red Zone on anyways, and I'll just watch it all with fantasy and. I'm
gonna say it right now. So I have a Seahawks jersey. I wear Seahawks. I like the Seahawks, but
well, I didn't know that about you.
I know, right?
No, but hey, listen,
Right, Nate?
I'm pot committed to my Cowboys. So
Pot committed. Ooh, a poker term. I like it.
what if we okay? I still love my Raiders,
Which is fine. Raiders are in different fucking conference,
Exactly,
so
yeah.
you're golden.
And the
and they're in
reason
the greatest city of all time.
the
Yeah.
reason exactly now. I mean, Las Vegas. We got to go down there, but
Yep.
I love the Raiders not only for their cool logo and that I can look cool in their clothing and wear a black shirt and it be silver black what, but also I fucking love Al Davis. I love his thorn in the NFL's asshole. Like Al Davis is my shit. Now his son with that fucking kooky haircut.
He cuts it himself. He has to.
Oh, and Adam as well is a
I
Raiders
don't
fan.
understand.
Yeah.
He's like a weird version of John Gruden,
This guy go.
Oh, I never even thought he is a weird version of John Gruden.
right?
Oh my god! Like what the
Wow.
fuck? No, those
He
Is that
looks
to try to do business with that guy?
He looks like Patty the Batty,
He does look like Patty the Bear.
just an older version.
Oh my god, Anthony! I think
You
you
know-
just found something.
I thought he was wearing a Raiders shirt there in the middle one.
That would have been crazy.
That would have been
No,
too.
I mean that's Patty. He looks like Patty the Batty's son.
What,
Yeah,
what
Daddy's
if
son.
Patty the Daddy gets into a suit, but this is what he looks like, and then he just like gets into that guy's suit, and that's what he wears around.
I mean,
What is-
so Steve's gonna kill me for this, but
do they put a bowl on his head?
Who's the guy from the UK? I mean, I'm gonna sound so stupid, but I don't care. President or Prime Minister of the UK? Well, who's the fucking guy with the fucked up hair?
Oh, Boris Johnson or
Yeah,
whatever. his name is.
bringing that up, Alex.
Okay, but before I do that,
Or the king, not the king.
wait, Boris Johnson. Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Look at that.
He actually looks like Patty the Batty a little.
He looks like Doc Brown.
1.21 gigawatts.
1.21 gigawatts.
And we got a couple.
The flux capacitor.
Okay, but
we got a
what?
couple killers
Okay,
here.
but what is it?
Great Scott.
Got a couple
Okay,
of killers here.
you got to throw.
He looks like fucking Harry from Dumb and Dumber.
Yes, he does.
You got to throw D Trump in there as well. With these fucking hairs.
We've never had a picture of Donald Trump on the podcast.
You know what it's about?
OJ
God
and Trump
fucking
in the
damn
same
time.
fucking podcast.
Yeah,
Wow.
OJ Trump. Like we're breaking
Which
down
one?
barriers
This
here.
orange
It's a villain
motherfucker.
podcast.
Well, to be honest,
Jesus, that's
we're
a
a
lot
Dallas
of
Dallas
His is the
Cowboy
best
podcast.
one of all of them.
Yeah, he looks the least crazy out of the three people we just looked at.
Here's what I want to say.
Like if those three came walking in, Donald Trump would look, or if him and fucking Davis walked in, you would run. They look
You
like
know what they look like? They look like if
Hills Have Eyes.
Yeah,
man.
if you're, it's a post-apocalyptic movie,
Yeah, you're
and you
running.
like show up to a house, and they all come out of the house to greet you.
Yeah.
This is what it is.
You're running.
Hello.
You think you're cannibals for show.
The last thing I want to say about fucking Al Davis Jr.
That's him
here,
coming
whatever
out of
his
the
goddamn
barber?
name is. Oh yeah, he looks like the religious uncle who like shows up at the
And just won't shut up.
Yeah, and like hi in the first 3 seconds he's telling you about the Lord Jesus.
No, he's
Maybe-
telling
no, it's like gotta be
in the
weird
first
or-
in the first 3 seconds he's introducing you to his wife, who happens to be his cousin.
No, second cousin, so it's not as weird.
oh yeah,
we're second cousins.
Second cousins, not a big deal.
We're second cousins.
Damn, he's got brilliant blue eyes.
I
Okay.
didn't even notice he had eyeballs after looking at it.
Jesus Christ.
Get off these fucking weirdos,
That is my-
man.
That is gonna haunt your dream.
Patty, I like the
Patty.
I like the fucking shit we just had going on there. It was very confusing.
Okay.
All because we talked about them. We talked about them Raiders.
Oh yeah, the Raiders.
Talked about them
So,
Raiders.
and I actually to wrap that whole thing up, I think it's actually the Raiders versus Ravens game is interesting. Because
This is what you're looking forward to, obviously.
this is
right?
what I'm looking forward.
What is
to
it? Is it a morning game?
Let me look. I love my Raiders, and I'm gonna be heading to Majors for that brunch and try to see how long I can be there.
It's a
an
Monday
evening.
nighter.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
It's
Shit.
the Monday
That's a good
nighter.
one.
Now, but
Looks like you're going to be at Majors for a while waiting for that game.
if they let me stay,
Hey,
they
Alex,
probably would.
They have triples for $11 there all day, every day.
What's our plan? Because we were talking about doing majors, but this is I'm not even gonna bring it up. We'll talk about it in private.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna do it.
We won't be able to.
next week. Oh yeah, we will.
No, we won't.
Yeah, because I'm gonna get all vaxxed. Don't you?
Yeah, but
worry.
I'm not gonna get the passport.
Oh, fuck the passport.
That's what I mean.
Well,
You're gonna
okay,
need it.
okay, yeah.
But like I said, we'll talk about this. We'll talk about this in private.
But just a little what the fuck happened moment. Sorry, listeners. Adam's going nuts with the editing.
You'll love it.
All I want to say is Adam drafted a Ravens line.
Okay.
we already know about this. Dobbins in, Dobbins out. Okay.
So I'll explain this really quickly.
Yeah. And the Raiders playing the Ravens. Monday
Okay,
night.
so fantasy football news. In our franchise draft, I drafted fucking Dobbins. The next day,
Crack 'em if you got 'em.
Dobbins gets injured. He's out.
Bitch. Not
What?
Dobbins, you Adam. Not Dobbins, you.
Actually, Adam, less than 24 hours.
Less than 24 hours.
It felt so good texting you that news.
So then, so then the next draft I had, which was on the 7th, I decided to draft Gus
Bus.
Edwards.
Gus Bus.
Gus the Bus.
Gus. Gus.
And guess what?
He's out.
He is out.
36 hours later, motherfucker
Torn
gets injured.
ACL.
So I will never draft another Baltimore running back. However,
Did you get did you get Latavius?
Did you get?
no, hang on, no.
Did you
hang
get
on.
Latavius?
Hang on,
Did
so-
you sign him the Death Wish?
Okay, so
Latavius, you get him?
so
Did you get
in
him? Did you get
sign him to the
Latavius? Death Wish? Gave him the kiss of Adam?
so in the first league I was in, I drafted Tyson Williams, who was who was supposed to be RB2.
I remember I laughed at you for that
And you-
too, and he's
and-
probably going to get majority of the carries this weekend.
So then, but
you
then
dropped him like a bitch.
I dropped him literally just less than a week ago for Trevin Coleman, who's RB1 for the Jets, and then all of a sudden, fucking Gus the Bus gets out,
Nuked.
and Daddy don't have.
You know what the
Tyson
crazy thing? The
Williams.
crazy thing about that injury, the crazy thing about that Gus Bus injury is it was on back-to-back plays. They lost their starting
That's
cornerback
right.
Marcus Peters
Yeah.
and Gus Edwards in back-to-back.
Which Losing Marcus is probably a harder fall than Gus Edwards.
Because Gus Edwards was going to be their starting running back now.
Yeah, but I think
They lost 2 starters right off the hop.
Yeah, but I think they're gonna feel the fact.
Mark, 100%.
Yeah,
You're right.
so
You're right.
That's
You're
a
right.
harder loss.
Yeah, you're right.
Now we're able to talk.
Wait! Don't take that moment away from me. What
You're
did
right.
I just say?
You're right.
Thank
Marcus
you.
Peters was a bigger loss than Gus Edwards.
Okay.
Proceed.
Did you have him in any leagues, Ed?
Guess what?
As your starting CB?
No, I didn't.
That would have been fucking hilarious.
Well, okay, so the other thing on top of these fucking Baltimore RB situations,
The Ribbies?
2 years ago, I draft Cam Newton. Right when the draft ends, we're sitting there watching, and within 5 minutes of us watching a preseason game, I remember hearing I think it was Bledsoe or one of the fucking announcers who was saying, "Oh wow, Cam Newton's out for a season," and Cam Newton wasn't even playing. And I remember we were watching this, and we're like, Cam Newton's out, and I was thinking to myself, I think I drafted Cam Newton. And sure enough, out for fucking season. Last season, guess what? Daddy gets Saquon. Guess what? Saquon out.
He did play some. He played a little bit. Hey, Saquon's not playing week 1.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Guess
I
what?
didn't know that.
You know what?
He ain't.
As soon
Did you know that?
as soon as I write somebody off, I don't give a fuck about him.
Yep.
Saquon who?
Exactly.
Don't give a
He's
shit.
done. So what do we got here? Speaking of running backs, we have some Vita Vea. This is his high school
Now,
tape.
we were watching, and I didn't even know this guy fucking existed in the universe. But
Yeah, neither
he
did I.
certainly looks like a Hulk mixed with.
He looks like a Madden created player.
Exactly. He looks like Hulk, and who's the Kevin Momoa or whatever the
Jason
fuck? Jason
Momoa.
Momoa.
Kevin Momoa.
Well, Kevin Jason, same type of name.
Kevin Mimosa.
Yeah, Kevin Momoa. He looks like a mix of these two. This is him. Let me bring up his picture just for context.
It's like
what is it? Vita Vea? Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like
Vita
when
Vea.
Andy Reid was in the kick contest against those little guys, and they were the same age.
Yeah, totally is.
I mean, this
You would not want to see this guy in an alley. He would fuck. Or if you had to pick someone to come into a fight in the alley with you, I would take Vita Vea. If you showed up with this guy, people would run, and he would catch them. This guy's fast as fuck.
So he was one of the dudes giving Dak fucking only 2.5 seconds to throw a football.
Yeah, and that's a big man to get at you.
But this is a little something, a little something fun. This is him. He's a running back, okay?
In high school,
yeah.
he was. He's a defensive tackle in the NFL.
Wow.
And
Look
the,
at him.
the highest rated comment on this video was, how is he the biggest guy on the field and the fastest guy in the field? Because like when he's running, like there's a few
faster-
plays here.
he's faster than everyone.
This will be one of them. Like
He juked.
he
And then
juked,
he just.
and then he look at the speed that he has.
He recovers
it's
and
not-
fucking goes.
You know this guy.
like
that guy
70
just got.
fucking yards.
That guy got cracked back.
That guy got
What do you
smoked.
do? Like if you have him 1-on-1, like this linebacker's like, yeah, I'm just gonna miss him. So he didn't even dive at him.
And
He thought it was touch football.
I think we've had a conversation about this before, where it's like there's these types of players.
Oh
on-
yeah, this is good. He wasn't the
Yeah.
one running the ball, but he just chases his fucking dude down.
But there's these type of players in high school football. There's the best player in all of the district. Or
Oh
whatever.
yeah, county.
Then all of those people go to college, and then there's from that cream of the crop, the other best players that rise from college that get drafted, and then like whatever 20% of them actually retain a fucking position on an NFL team. So
It
like,
just shows if you're
yeah.
this big and this fast. He's a running back in high school. He was drafted 7th overall by the Bucks as a defensive tackle.
That's
What-
right.
So where in his career did he get shifted to be
College.
a defensive tackle?
College.
And is it just because the coaches didn't want him as like a fullback?
There's just college doesn't really have fullbacks anymore. They're all spread offense. So they probably said, "Hey man, we'll give you a Div 1 scholarship. You're already almost 300 pounds. We're gonna stick you in the middle. You're gonna be the fastest defensive tackle in college football."
I mean,
and you play running back, you're used to a very physical football game.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and,
Well,
and
yeah.
he could be an all pro, and he was a first round pick.
I mean,
top 10 pick.
You don't even need to ask that question. Obviously, the thing. What would you rather? Would you rather try to make it as a running back, or would you rather go first round as a defensive
Well, I wonder.
end?
That's the thing. I wonder if he stuck to it. If he could have been like a Jerome Bettis or something. You know?
you know what? Maybe, Anth.
Because
It's hard to tell.
imagine him getting through the first 7 guys and going 1-on-1 against a safety.
He might be
Like even right now, he's probably 50 or 60 pounds heavier than he is here. But even at that size in the NFL running, like you're going up against a 200-pound safety.
No,
he
that's-
has him by 80 pounds. You know,
his size on the running back is unmatchable. What I think they got to look at is like you may be in the 50 percentile if you're a running back, but if you go to this defensive end position or DT position, now you're in the top 95 percentile.
he made bank, right? He made a business decision. He made the right decision, and you know what? He's a fucking awesome defensive tackle.
And I like him.
and-
I do
Really
like
is.
him. I really do like
And
him.
he looks like that creative when you play someone with a creative player on Madden. You're like,
Always.
you would never have a running back that size.
And that's what he looks like there. yeah,
okay,
for sure.
let's move on. We got
This
5
has to be
minutes
quick.
before.
This has to be quick.
We
We
got,
gotta-
Be quick. So we were kind of laughing and talking. We were chatting during the live stream and being like, "What the fuck? Clint Eastwood's still making movies?
Clint Eastwood's new movie coming out, Cry Macho. He's directing and acting like he
This is
usually
an Adam
does.
TMZ.
Crack me, crack me. Boop, 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 boop.
I mean, and we got Nate Dogg. Nate Dogg is a movie aficionado in here. So,
Yeah, Nate loves the movies.
I like him.
Clint Eastwood's still making movies. I don't know. We started talking about him being old. He's 91. He's still out there.
Old as fuck,
Yeah,
man.
he's
91.
fucking
That's
old, 91.
respect.
I just thought it would be.
I'm trying to do
Ask
the.
yourself one thing.
I just wanted you guys to ask yourself one question. How many Clint Eastwood movies?
You're too young and handsome.
Can't do it. It hurts my throat.
It's like I'm watching Leo on Saturday Night Live trying to do a Clint Eastwood impression.
Adam, can you read this for me in a Clint Eastwood voice?
My career has been so much based upon luck. Things falling into place at the right time.
You know what you sound like? You sound like a detective in what was that one movie? It was. I'm not even gonna get into it.
You know what Ace
sound
Ventura.
Like? You know what you sound like? You sound like the worst audition for the new Batman that just came out.
Okay. Let me.
Oh, now he's mad that you critiqued him. He's got to do better. now.
I did sound like Batman, but I'll say. My career has been so much based. No, I sound.
I was gonna say you sound like a worse Batman.
Okay, guess what?
Every Clint Eastwood.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Every Clint Eastwood impression is from The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Like that's, or it's
You kids better get off my goddamn lawn.
from Gran Turismo.
Gran Turismo.
Gran Turismo.
Gran Turismo.
Gran
Great movie.
Torino.
Gran Torino.
Gran Torino, whatever.
That's for
fuck.
Adam.
Okay, Cry Macho. What's it about? Break and actually,
so
you know what
Cry-
I wanted to break. What I want to hear from Adam about. This guy doesn't only act; he's directing.
Yep.
A 91-year-old man telling you what to do? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I find that kind of weird. Like, is he senile or is he fully in it?
Well,
you know?
I mean, okay.
like he shouldn't even be driving. He's directing Hollywood movies.
So
he shouldn't be behind the fucking camera.
Like in action, he's like Clint, you're asleep again. Can you?
No, I
you
mean-
need to stay awake to call action.
Clint Eastwood has a pretty
I
strict
got
diet.
nap time.
Is he on the
It's nap
TB12 fucking vegan?
Yeah.
extraordinaire?
Like, so Clint Eastwood, I mean, as much as you see him in the old westerns,
He
like,
should play Tom Brady in a directed movie that he does.
like Tom Brady in the future, like comes back.
Coach
Still
him up.
playing.
Yeah, still playing at 91 years old.
Still winning Super Bowls.
Here's the so I mean, look, if The Rock's gonna play a fucking quarterback in a Disney movie as a
Yeah, The
football
Rock
player,
would never be quarterback. I hate that shit.
so Clint
So
Eastwood,
fake.
How can he throw a football with those shoulders?
right?
yeah, no, Clint Eastwood, he still is. I mean, he's been doing movies for Warner Brothers.
Old as fuck.
Old as fuck's been doing movies for only Warner Brothers. He acts, he directs, he doesn't all the prep for his movies. He actually, if you look at his IMDb, he almost does a movie a year. No. Listen, doing one movie every 3 years is tough for a young working director. Clint Eastwood is 91 years old, and he's still. And listen, okay, the biggest thing about Clint Eastwood, not to get really street and then get like my hand in your face like that, he does 1 to 2 takes. So there's a big
way it should be.
It should be.
Yeah,
Get it
there's
in 2 or get the fuck out.
so there's a scenario because he's an actor as well. Matt Damon on his
Matt Damon.
Get
on
on
Matt Damon, the Film Actors Guild.
So Matt Damon, you're telling us to rush this, and you're diving.
The Film Actors Guild.
It's all right. We're coming in real nice.
Team America, fuck yeah.
Matt Damon.
Team America, fuck yeah. So Matt Damon was telling a story when he
Matt
was
Damon?
in the movie Invictus, and he was trying to do a South African accent. He was the first day he was.
Was that the one with the aliens?
No, that was
joking.
that was the one where he's a rugby player.
With aliens.
It's the rugby team versus the aliens.
Sounds like a great
For
movie.
the Battle of the Universe. Directed by Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood and Matt Damon versus the aliens. Rugby and aliens does better than the Harrison Ford Cowboy and Aliens.
Yeah, it would.
So Matt Damon was saying that he was very self-conscious about his South African accent because he was working
South Africa. I'm terrible at it.
I'm not going to even try because I'm not good with accents to
South
begin with.
Africa.
South African brew. But anyway, so
Choppy.
he does the take, and then Clint Eastwood says, "Okay, cut, moving on." And then he goes to Clint. He goes, "Hey, I'd like to try one more time. Like, I think I can do better." He goes, "Why do you want to waste everybody's time?" And I think Clint Eastwood, 91 years old, he doesn't have time to fuck around with 2 takes. So
Listen, punk. I've got seconds left on this planet.
Question: do you think it's a weekend at Bernie's type thing?
Oh,
Like,
my
there's
God.
no
I
fucking
fucking
way
hope
at
so.
91 he is like in
I
it.
hope so.
He can't be. I'm sorry. There's no fucking way at 91 he's completely coherent.
no.
Let me meet him, Clint. I want to meet you. Prove me wrong.
Not only am I 91 years old, my dick can still get rock hard.
Okay.
Oh yeah, he's 91, but he's bagging 71-year-old chicks.
Okay. Last thing, we got a good what would Jerry do, eh?
Yeah. So is it what would? Oh, I
What would Jerry do?
Okay, I'm just going to pull up a picture of the man, the
There we
myth,
go.
the legend himself, Jerry Jones. Now, Jerry Jones,
is old.
he's an old man.
Speaking of 91.
Yeah, he looks like a good 88.
Okay, so
Now, obviously,
Okay, no,
obviously, if
hang on.
Clint Eastwood would want to play Jerry Jones in a Dallas Cowboys
For sure.
biopic. Yeah. But
Look how innocent he looks. Like
Well,
a
I
puppy
mean-
dog in that pic.
the Cowboys and aliens, like
hey, okay. So the what would Jerry do is this. It's a simple one. And if it doesn't make sense with Spotify, I don't listen to fucking music on Spotify.
If Jerry had to choose one song, he only has one song he could ever listen to on Spotify forever for the rest of eternity.
Yes.
What
Which
song would Jerry Jones pick?
it has to be a Johnny Cash song.
So
Walk the Line.
you're going?
Walk the line. Okay, that's
Yeah.
good. That's good.
No, sorry, I changed it. It's Kid Rock. I'm a cowboy.
Oh my God! You took mine.
Alex, is that actually what you're gonna use?
Yes.
That's a good one. Yeah, Kid Rock, because he still thinks it's hip to Kid Rock.
That's
so
exactly why.
All of a sudden, there's a team meeting going on, and then all of a sudden, like 3 rooms down, you hear
You hear this. Ooh, as it does settle in, that girl. Oh, fuck,
Nate,
Jerry's coming,
you're
Jerry's
a little
coming.
bit of a music connoisseur. Like, what would you think Jerry Jones's jam would be?
When we were, I'm Fine Young Cannibals. She drives me crazy.
Yeah, okay, I can dig
How's that one go? How's that one go?
Oh man.
You were gonna put Nate. I'd love to hear that voice sing.
just quickly grab.
She drives me crazy.
Like no one else. Ooh, ooh. Yeah, that was pretty good.
Drive me crazy.
I don't even get one. Okay, I'm gonna say mine real quick.
Oh, yeah,
I
sorry.
think if Jerry Jones had to pick a song, it'd be Rhinestone Cowboy.
Oh.
That's what we're gonna say. Nate
I'm a
Dogg,
rhinestone
we got you rocking your
cowboy.
fucking beauty Bo Jackson jersey. Love having you. Can't wait to see you on
Yes.
episode 50. Bandwagon boys, you guys looked awesome. We got our boy AJ. Who's our boy here?
Oh fuck.
Big E Diceman.
Big E Dice Man.
Big E Dice Man.
Big E Dice Man giving us the 2021 Dallas Cowboys anthem for our outro. Hit that shit. Pump that shit.
Amari Coop, old line stay blocking dudes. Blake jogging, he blocking too. Zerline, he'll kick it through. Michael Parr stay hitting dudes. Any team will stick it to. No combat for the rush attack. Play action might rush with that. Defense can't hold us back. DeMarcus Lawrence got the sack. Jay Smith got the flat. Support my team without a doubt. This our year, we about to ball out. Super Bowl, I call it now.